we're done playing, we have to take apart our oboe properly. There are 3 rules we want to follow. Number 1, we have to get rid of the moisture on the inside of the oboe. Number 2, we want to be careful that we don't bend any of these bridge keys as we take it apart, or any of the key work. And number 3, we want to make sure it goes properly in its case. Now, to get rid of the moisture, we can either use a swab or a feather. If you have a swab, you'll either have a pull-through swab or a non-pull-through swab. The thing you have to remember about swabs is they can easily tie themselves in knots. And we have to be very careful that there are no knots in the swab or it will get stuck in the top joint. So I'm going to carefully take this weighted end of the swab and place it into the bell. Let it slide down, and then I'm going to carefully bring it through the oboe. That gets rid of the moisture. Now, if we have a non-pull-through swab, I'm going to do the exact same thing. Make sure there are no knots, place the weighted end into the bell, let it run down the oboe, and I'll pull it through just to the point where it stops. Now, something that I like to do to help keep the oboe clean and looking good is as I take the oboe apart, I'm going to use the swab to clean out the tenon joint. So I just take the swab and carefully get the moisture out. Now I'll place the bell in its slot, and now carefully take the 2 joints apart. And again, I'm going to clean out the tenon joint on the middle joint here. Just use my finger to get rid of the water. And I will put that middle joint back into the larger of the 2 slots in the case, and then put the top joint into its slot. Make sure the case is latched, and that one's ready. But what if you have a feather? We're not going to be able to clean the tenon joints with a feather, but we can still get rid of the moisture. So I'm going to take that feather and carefully run it through the top joint, just once or twice, and put the oboe, the top joint, into its spot. And then I'll take that feather and run it through the middle joint and the bell a few times. Then carefully, I'm going to twist apart the bell and the middle joint and put each of them in their respective slots. Close my case, make sure it latches, zip it up, and now we're ready to go.